Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of my creation. What we'll see will defy explanation.
He is a father, a brother, an icon to those that know him. He is Endeavor Empire.
Well, that was an error, but it's all good. How's everybody doing today? I want to welcome you out to the show. My name is Derek. I am Endeavor Empire. Hope everybody's doing good today. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. Oh, but in any event, hope everybody's living life good, living life to the fullest. Everybody's enjoying their day, soaking up some of this beautiful weather wherever you're at, doing some fun things. In the event, today's show, we want to talk about, well, if you listen to the previous podcast, I guess I still have some things to get off my mind about, long distance relationships. I know I wasn't able to cover everything I wanted to cover, but maybe some. Maybe it was helpful to some of you or put some things in perspective for you. In any event, there's still some things that I would like to, share. Maybe try to answer a little bit more questions. As I said before, we had a letter from one of our listeners. I appreciate the letters. First off, I do want to say thank you for any and everybody who has tuned into this podcast and who is listening to this podcast. Thank you for your support. And thank you for everything you do to make this podcast special. That's all good. In any event, let's keep this ball moving. So, in the last episode, I talked about long distance relationship. If they work for some people, if they do, if they don't. I know everybody is different. Everybody is searching for something different. Everybody's trying to find that love, that special someone in their life. And as I shared with you guys in the last one about my experience, I'm going to give you a little bit more about my experience and how I'm trying to move forward with this relationship to see if it's something that I really want to do and explore. And it is, because I'm making some sacrifices in my life to see if the young lady that I'm courting or getting to know, so to speak, if this relationship can be what we want it to be and how we want to move forward with it. I know everybody is different. I know that in this crazy world, we are looking for love. We're all looking for somebody that can be an equal to us. And it's not easy. It's just hard. You know, it's just so much shit out here these days. You just don't know who you can trust or who you can find, or if the person is real, if the person is fake, if somebody's catfishing you. It's sad. And then we all ask ourselves, how much of the effort do we want to put into finding this person? And then sometimes we just give up altogether. You know, while others want to take their time, some seem to be in a ridiculous rush. I have no idea why. I feel that love can't be rushed. I feel that love, when it hits you, when it comes to you, oh, you'll know. You know, it's that feeling of certainty, that feeling of warmth, that feeling of comfort, to say that, oh my gosh, this is definitely the person. That feeling in your stomach of butterflies, of you thinking like, this could be the one, you know? As I explained to some before on my journey of looking for love, I was turned on to a particular site called Filipino Cupid. I did not know what to expect. I did create a profile, and I know for some of you guys out there, I know that we're creating profiles on a lot of different platforms. And me personally, it's just not me. If you thought having an 8-hour job was difficult to maintain, well, shit, try having different profiles on different platforms. That's like a second job in itself. The only difference is you ain't getting paid for it. I mean, there's a lot of sites out there, a lot of sites. I mean, there's a lot of profile creating. There's a lot of, and truth be told, I ain't got the damn time or the money to create that many damn profiles. I think at best I was on 3. I know it was Plenty of Fish. And then there was Filipino Cupid. I'm not sure what the third one is. And I think for a lot of us, some of these sites that we get on, you know, we're kind of left baffled, because it's like some of us have been on there. Well, some of y'all have been on there for quite some time, still looking for love and still can't find love. But I was just on the site, and then that's how I met my young lady. Now, I know everybody is different, and some of us don't even want to pay to be on these sites because there's no guarantee you'll find love. I mean, truth be told, looking for love, finding for love is like shopping in a damn grocery store. You know what you want to go in there and get, but sometimes they just don't have it. Or when they do have it, it's not the one you really want. So it's like, oh my goodness. So one in particular, well, not really in particular site, there is Facebook, I'm sure, as well as a lot of you guys know, that there are, Facebook is not really a dating app per se to me. I mean, you got the groups. And the hard thing about that is that when you log into these groups, you know, sometimes you know who's running them, sometimes you don't. But then you got to look at if the person that's running the group is real, if the people in the group is real. There's a lot of people with a lot of time on their hands who just sit behind a damn computer all day and just catfish the hell out of people. I don't know why. I don't know what part of their life is that to them is exciting. It's actually kind of sad, because while people like us are looking for somebody, we just can't get it. So I guess in this podcast, we're going to reflect on some things that I have said and some things that I still are still coming my way. As you guys know, I am in a long distance relationship with a young lady by the name of Sarah. She is from the Philippines. I will be going to visit her in July. I might decide to keep you guys posted on that. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. No, I'm just kidding. Of course I'll keep y'all inside. I mean, we're not going to go too intimate or too deep because it's my life. I'm not like everybody out there. I don't have time. I mean, I do, but I don't. Listen, hats off to all you guys out here who make these videos of love, and because I think it's very inspirational to some, if not all. And me being who I am, as I said before, I am a black man. I am dating a Filipino lady who is very beautiful, who is very humble, very gracious, very respectful, very family and goal oriented, but most of all, her faithfulness towards God. So again, everybody is different in that area. Everybody knows what they're looking for, but you got to kind of take your time to find it. But we all have to take our time. If we want to find that somebody, we all have to take our time and go through the necessary steps. Again, it is hard work, very hard work. And I hope that this kind of puts it into perspective on how we can try to find what we're looking for. But when I did this, it was very good. Now, when we go on places like these sites or, Facebook, and we're trying to figure out if these people are real, because listen, let me tell you, I belong to maybe a couple of groups on Facebook. And what I mean by a couple of groups, there's one on here, long distance relationship, long and lasting love. You have Pinay single moms meet European dads for love. I mean, you have single parents. It's a slew of them out there. And the problem is with these sites, some of them are genuine, some of them are real. Some of them are just looking for just catfishing people, which is sad. It's horrible. But I know when I'm on some of these sites, and I do put my information out there because I do this podcast, and I do welcome the feedback from other listeners or anybody who has questions. And I've always get bombarded with if these people are real, because the crazy thing is, and I'm going to give you an example. There was I don't know who this person was. Maybe it was a young lady, young man, maybe just somebody catfishing. But they kind of reached out to me and, wanted to get to know my ASL, and, we kind of exchanged all that. And then, some of these people just get downright bold with and just get downright to the nitty gritty. They say that they're looking for love, but what they're really looking for, they're playing on the emotions of others. And it's hard. Yes, I understand that. And I know sometimes that we get frustrated in that parallel of stupidness because some people just don't have better things to do. Some people are just out there doing this shit because they can get a good laugh out of somebody. And some people are actually getting hurt by doing this. So you kind of don't know who or what to trust. But I'm going to give you an example. On Facebook, there is a long LDR, long and lasting love group chat that I belong to. Now, I'm only on these things because I want to see if this is actually working for people, and if this is actually something that's really legit. Now, for the most part, I have not really gotten a lot of feedback from. I put some posts out there. I have talked to some. The crazy and funny thing is that I've gotten response from other women, but I did have to tell the women, like, hey, I'm currently talking to somebody, I'm not that kind of guy. And the crazy thing is, it's like a bidding war. And it's like, well, do you love her? Do you want to be with her? I can do what she's not doing. I'm not looking for a auction bid. I'm not a prize game trying to be auctioned off. I'm just somebody who's looking for love. The young women that are on here are seriously, truly looking for love. The sad thing is, and I think what men you have to understand is that you guys are like dogs with bones. You see a beautiful lady online, and it's like we go crazy. It's like, oh my God, I have to have her, or I have to try to impress her. It's like you guys are fighting to see who's the alpha male. It's like the gorillas or the apes in the cages. Who's the alpha male? You're beating on your chest, and you're like, oh, I got to have her. I don't think women want that. I mean, maybe some do, very few. But when I see these comments, these men are going crazy, these heart emoji, these eyes emoji. What happened to just starting a simple conversation? I got to be honest with you. It seems like it's more men in this damn group than women, because some of the women either get scared off and they go find another group to join because certain men don't know how to act. Now, this goes for men in general. I don't give a damn where you're at. If you listen to my podcast and you're hearing my voice, I don't care if you're in Australia, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, UK, United States, wherever. When I see men get on these sites and there's like 169 likes and then there's damn near 1,500 comments, these women are not looking for, how can I say this? They're not looking for somebody to fight over. They're looking for someone that they can love. And though they can't get to everybody in these profiles, because a lot of them have their profiles turned off, they have their messages, because the women kind of controls the situation. What I mean by control, they turn their messaging off. And if they want to contact you, they'll contact you, which I think is a brilliant idea. But it's some men on here that are just truly looking for love. And I've seen in these sites that a lot of frustration has grown. And I think on both sides, on both parts, we have to learn to take our time when we're looking for a suitable mater. I think we have to take our time in trying to find who we want to look for. Again, it is hard. It's difficult. It's not going to be easy. But you don't want to rush yourself into a situation just because you want to be loved or you need the affection of another person. I think we need to take a step back. We need to look at ourselves. We need to evaluate ourselves. I think the best way by trying to get to know somebody and starting with somebody is, hey, how you doing? You're very beautiful. My name is so-and-so. Now, to some, that may be cheesy. To me, I got to be honest with you. That's how I got the girl that I'm currently dating now. I don't want to try to impress anybody. I want to make sure we start on a good note. I want to make sure we start on a good foot, and how we can together decide if we want to grow our relationship. So I'm going to keep going back to Facebook because there are women on here that are single mothers that are really looking for a male figure for their kids, or they're looking for somebody to create their equal. Again, when you guys do this, you guys kind of have to use your better judgment. I know these women are beautiful. They're very beautiful women. But what's important is that we don't get lost in the mindset of saying that, oh my God, I can take care of her. If you want to start throwing your money and you're throwing your dollars at her, I wouldn't recommend it, because that's how everything goes downhill really quick. Because if you do that in the beginning, then they're going to keep expecting that. And when they keep expecting that, then you're going to get upset like, oh, she's a gold digger. Not necessarily. You decided to throw it out there, and you decided to offer up money, or I can do this or I can do that. Again, as I said before, money should not be the first topic that you talk about. You want to get to know each other. When you get to know each other to see if it's real, then you can kind of develop there and stand on there. Again, you don't know, and she doesn't know your situation in her country and your situation in her country and her situation in your country. And what I mean by that, you could be talking to this one young lady that you're talking to, but you're still on the hunt for something else. And that's fine. That's good. I wouldn't recommend you lead anybody on, but you do want to keep options open. And what I mean by options open, if you're talking to somebody, you just want to be friends, I don't think having a long distance relationship and then you decide you want to have another relationship on the side is a very good way to start that. Because I don't do that. I can't do that. I guess my conscience gets the best of me. So, and when that gets the best of me and I start thinking about it's wrong. Now, I know a lot of you are going to ask, well, if you're in a long distance relationship, what do you do for sex? Well, there's activities. I mean, come on, damn it. We're all grown. There's activities. I mean, there's a cold shower, there's exercising, there's baking, there's keeping your mind occupied. Listen, I got 7 kids, so that's my activity. And I work and I keep myself busy, and I want to keep myself busy. But I think that when we look at what we're trying to, damn it, I'm losing my words here. Hang on, let me get a sip of this Red Diamond tea and maybe it'll come back to me. When we're trying to accomplish this thing called love, I think that we get so caught up in the moment and so caught up in the women that we see that we're thinking that, oh my God, this is the one, this is what's going to happen. And then again, it's like a bidding war. We don't want to do that. So there's another site on here. Pinay Single Moms Meet European Single Dads for Love. Again, there's a lot of competition out there. It is how you want to be mature. I see a lot of single moms on this site and they have children. Now, we can't be selfish either way. We really can't. Everybody knows the standards that they want. Everybody knows who and what they want in life. You shouldn't try to discourage anybody that has kids just to say, I want to be with you, but I don't have kids, or I don't like kids. Or you shouldn't lie to them and say that you love kids and really up and up, you don't give a damn about kids. So this is a problem that I've seen consistently. I've seen people, just to get for the sake of this person or get with this person, they do a lot of lying. If you do a lot of lying in a relationship, it all catches up to you. If you thought the person that you were talking to on the other end is real, then they don't know what to think about you. My guess is that when you meet this person, it's always on the up and up to be honest up front. There's nothing wrong with honesty. Honesty is good. Some people may not like it. You may be trying to figure out where this person is going or how you can get into their mind to say what you think is going to benefit them. It doesn't work that way. Just be yourself. When you be yourself, then things start to happen. Listen, people are not going to always love you or want to be with you. That's why you try to get to meet each other. What I do like about these sites is that on Facebook or FilipinoCupid.com, Filipino Cupid is a verified dating app. They have to verify you. If they don't verify you, then you can just have just a basic account. if you're verified, then you have this seal that says verified account. That's what I like, because you have to be verified. They do something with your ID to verify that who you are, who you say you are. And it just doesn't work for, say, the US. It works for any and everywhere. Any and everybody has to be verified. So I'm glad that they're kind of cracking down on that, because there's a lot of people out here who just love to catfish. And Facebook is pretty much big game for all that. You know, I would always see new members come in all the time. They would always put up there, this is a new member. But when you click their profile, it's only one picture. And then on the off chance, I seen some people on here that were just too hot for the damn website Facebook. I'm like, this can't be real. So I don't know. I mean, you kind of have to use your judgment. There's a lot of women on here and a lot of men on here that I'm sure that men or women are looking for, but they don't know how to particularly go about it. Listen, use your better judgment. If you want to ask somebody that you trust, I would kind of go from that. I wouldn't spread the word around, because usually when you spread the word around, then somebody can try to kind of set you up as a joke, but meanwhile you're thinking it's real, and then somebody kind of gets back at you. Yeah. So use the better part of your judgment. Now, I've only been on a couple of groups in here, but I've seen some other groups and I've read some other posts, and I see that a lot of people are just really trying to be happy with someone. You know, as I said before, I commented on a few of the posts, you know, and I told a few of the young ladies, you're very beautiful and I wish you all the best with your relationship. And I have talked to maybe a handful of them, you know, because on my Facebook page, I have myself, and then I have the girl that I'm talking to in a little, profile bubble, because that's who I am. And then though other people see that, we're like, was this your girl? I said, yeah, this is my young lady. And then, you know, I kind of give them advice, you know, oh, you met her on such and such site, and how's it going? Well, it's going good. You know, was there anything I can do to get what you have? Because the men on here, and this is what I always hear, men on here are dogs. And it doesn't matter where you are. Again, like I said before, some of you men are like dogs looking for a bone. Literally. You don't know how to talk to a woman, but you think the first thing that she wants to hear is, show me your breast or show me that ass. And then you want to follow up with a dick pic. I don't get none of that. I don't understand what that does. I mean, listen, for those who do that, you really have to be lonely. You have to be sitting behind a desk, maybe in a 1-bedroom apartment with cockroaches crawling up the damn wall, and this is your life every day. And that's sad. That's sad. Why not get out there and do it the old-fashioned way? Why not be respectful of women? Women are just looking for someone that they can call their equal. Excuse me. But men don't make it no better, because all they see is a pretty face, and they don't want to get to know that pretty face. So I hope in this journey that a lot of us can just kind of sit back and look. And I know some of you guys have questions. Oh, what dating sites are good? You know, how should I go about? I don't really know a lot of dating sites. I was on Plenty of Fish, but it did not work out for me because I put my preferences in what kind of woman I was looking for. I'm not a picky person. I'm not, but I do have standards. I just don't want to settle for somebody who's on this site just so they could either looking for a guy that can take care of them. I mean, my standards are not high, but they're good. Above all, I need you to be on the same page with me and God. That's above all. I met a girl that was an atheist. I wasn't feeling that, so I kind of moved on. But I think if some of you guys are out there, I don't know how many profiles you want to create or what you should create. Pick a site that you can trust. And when you pick a site you can trust, do some research on it. See if they get you, good results or better results, or what's the results of the site. If you want to try Facebook, that's totally up to you guys. Me personally, I haven't really met anybody on Facebook to know, like to date per se, because there's a lot of profiles coming in every day. And then when you click on these people's names, it's like, geez, they have a lot of friends. I mean, they have more friends than like in the 5,000s or whatever. But when you are searching for someone, it's up to you. Again, I used Plenty of Fish, and that's particularly part because I was looking for an exotic woman. Now, everybody has a preference. The preference that you want is the preference that you should get. But above all, when you are doing your due diligence in creating a profile for yourself, just be honest. Just be honest. You don't have to sugarcoat anything, because if you start sugarcoating anything, a lie is the hardest thing to keep up, because you'll never know what's said. But the truth is always, because you can remember the truth so easily. And when we're looking for somebody, and this goes for men and women, never judge someone without knowing the whole story. You may think you understand, but you don't. So it's easy for us to sit back and say, and that goes for men and women, because I think we're both 50-50 equally bad about it. You know, and I'll give you an example. So if some of you guys are on these groups, like on Facebook, I'll give you that, because I think that's the one that well, Filipino Cupid does the same thing. If you ever look, now this is from my perspective and what I've seen on Filipino Cupid and, you know, Facebook. I've always looked and I see these beautiful young ladies. Well, they're in these houses, or some of these are in these shacks or these villages. Now, some of these places are called squatter villages. Squatter villages, we all know what squatters are. It varies from country to country on how it's perceived. I know in the U.S., a squatter, you can't squat in a home because there's always some kind of either legal legalities that'll get you. But in their country, since the Filipino culture is so enriched with a population and their poverty rating is high, well, majority of these people, or if not most, live in Squattersville. Squatterville is just a house that's basically made up of metal, cardboard, sheets, or whatever. Just don't judge anybody. You know? I've talked to some females like that. I've seen some females like that. And you wouldn't believe the kind of person that they really are. You don't ever want to judge somebody. And if some of you men out there want that supermodel girlfriend, or you want somebody that is, you know, not from humble beginnings, again, that's your prerogative. Me personally, I can care one way or the other, because I'm not that kind of guy. I'm looking for you for personality. I'm looking for you to see if we mesh well. If you come from Squattersville in the Philippines, completely fine with me, because I'm not judging you on your past. I'm looking to build a future with you, because that's what I want. Sorry, I had to get my vape on. And I don't think it's fair that any of us do the same thing. I don't think it's fair that if you do meet this person, you know, you have to throw each other's negatives back and forth to each other. Why do that? What for? Makes no sense. If that's the kind of person you want to be, then you won't be happy. So I know that when I look on Facebook, you see a lot of that. You see a lot of, and I'm sorry, this is just me. I really enjoy the Filipino culture. I think they're humble. I think they're goal-oriented. I think they're family-oriented. I think their values are good. And that's not to say that other cultures don't have that, but I've really been taken back and intrigued by this young lady that I talked to, because though she's not with for the money or anything, she's just looking to find just a genuine suitor to call her husband. And I'm looking for somebody I can call my wife. And I think the chemistry that we have there is just really good. I mean, it's really good. And As I said before, we talk every day. I talk to her kids, very beautiful kids. I know a lot of us don't want to get with anybody that has that baggage because we never know what's on the other side of that. And we don't know the relationship or the history of what this person's having with the other person of their kids. That's understandable. It's understandable. But it's important to talk about it. You know, I've seen so many people lie about their relationships if they have kids or not. But then come to find out you can't hide your kid forever. Why do that? Just be real about it. No, you got kids. It's not a downer for me. Shit, I got 7. Hell. It's so not a downer for me. And then there are some women who start off young and have kids. Again, still not a downer. Still not a downer. I just want to know if I can grow with you. I want to know if we can be on that level. I want to know if we can be compatible in any and every way that we can possibly be. And if that's what you're looking for, go for it. Go for it. Now, as I said before, Philippine and Cupid was the main site I was on. Plenty of Fish, I was on that. There's another site. I don't know the site. I don't even know if eHarmony is still around. I tried that site, but my credit ain't good, so I guess some sites, you know, base you off your credit, which again, it's sad, but hey, some people do it. So in this thing we call love or relationship, we kind of have some screwed up, shitty values. But then again, it's what you want. If that's what the heart wants, that's what the heart wants. Not a big deal. So I challenge you, if you're looking for something like that, then you got to do your homework. You got to sit down and rethink things. You got to try to evaluate yourself. And then when you meet this person, let the conversation start off good. Everything is not about sex. It doesn't need to that should be for another, that should be tabled for another maybe month or two. And I know sex is probably important to some people in a relationship. It's important to me, but it's not the focus point of the relationship. So my goal is, as I said before, I want to get to know you. I want to know if we are compatible with each other. And if we're not compatible, then hey, I bid you farewell. And if you're not compatible with that person, take the rejection well. There's no need to get nasty and post dumb shit online and try to plaster somebody. You're not going to be compatible with everybody. That's the thing that gets me crazy when we're doing, or that pisses me off, that when we're looking for love on these sites, whether it's long distance relationships, short distance, or just somebody in general, we're so quick to get upset when the person either lets us down or, you know, we find out something that's not really worth having an argument over because we're just getting to know that person. But don't let their past dictate their future. Because if they're pouring their heart out to you, then you should be doing the same for them. I think so many times that we get caught up in looking for love, we dwell on the negativity instead of the positive. And when we dwell on the negativity, then that means we ain't gonna ever find nobody because we're so damn bitter. And then we take what their past life and like, oh, well, I don't know if it's gonna work for me. Meanwhile, we're still alone and we're still looking. And we're still trying to figure out what the hell we did wrong. Again, reevaluate yourself. Real talk, shit. You have to learn to compromise or some shit. I don't know. So it's just crazy though, you know? So don't let it go there. I mean, some people are very aggressive, very persistent, very agile. Others like me are just laid back, calm. Some are shy. So we never want to go into a relationship thinking we can change any of that about anybody. The only thing we can do is just talk to them. Like, I'll give you an example. When me and Sarah were talking, I told her the kind of person I was. I'm just a laid back guy. If some of you guys are insecure about the way you look and the way you feel, don't be. I used to be insecure. I know that I have to have dental work. Now my teeth are not rotten, just my 2 front teeth kind of stick out a little bit further than what I want them to. Was that an issue for me? Did it concern me? A little bit. because I know that there's a lot of women who see me as not attractive, but in my mind, I'm very attractive. I'm a handsome young man. You know, my confidence is good. You're either going to like me for me and we're going to keep it going. We are all flawed individuals in some kind of way, but that doesn't stop me from getting to know who you are as a person. It really doesn't. I want to figure out who you are. So again, take the time to get to know each other. If you can video chat it. You know, if the young lady is like, oh, well, my camera's down or my phone is down, it's broken, that's fine. Take some time, you know, maybe we can get back, or computer, do some other things. Don't give up too much without knowing anything about the other person. You know, the thing is that always gets me when I've always talked to people. When people always hit me up, they would always ask for your ASL. That's fine, I'll give you that. And then the thing that always gets me, and this is how I know that some people were not legitimately real or not looking, because they kept saying dear. I mean, it's like some people are trying to study how to either catfish somebody or maybe scam somebody, but they kept saying dear, and I hated that. And I kept saying, stop calling me dear. I actually, hold on, let me hit this vape right quick. You know, I'm gonna jump through this while I hit this vape. Yeah. You're gone, Playboy. But at the time I was talking to Sarah, and it still happens. You know, people would contact me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, whatever. But this one young lady that I was just indulging the conversation, excuse me, I indulged the conversation. She just kept, I remember I asked her, and I said, she said, well, can I have a profile pic? I said, my profile picture is on my profile. That's who I am. And I said, well, can I see a picture of you? And then she said, well, because I said the picture on the site is not you. And don't ask me how I know that, but if you do some computer work like I do, you can kind of figure some things out. But she was like, oh, well, that's my mentor. And I told her, I said, well, why do you have a picture of your mentor on your bubble when people can't see the real you? It seems like you're living through someone else instead of letting people see who you really are. And to some people, that might be considered as, oh, it's a fake profile. I mean, that's damn near what I figured it out. But we went back and forth, not an argument per se, because I'm not going to argue with you. If you don't want to show yourself, you don't want to show yourself. But she kept asking questions in reference to what I tell you, money. And I told her, I said, well, I don't think it's any of your business because we haven't even made it that far. I don't even know who you are. And then proceeded to give me pictures, red flag, pictures of her home and how she needed money and this, that, and the other. And I said, okay, well, again, respectfully, I'm going to decline. And you can't show me a picture of yourself, but you want me to send you money. Red flag, red flag. Either side is going to get you to try to play. They're going to play on your emotions. They see some of you as vulnerable. And when they see you as vulnerable, because some of these people are actually reading your posts, and they're reading your posts saying, okay, this person is desperate. So they're going to try to play on any and every emotion that you can. The young lady that I was talking to, or person, or whoever the hell it was, I don't know who it was, but whoever I was talking to, we talked for a good 30 minutes and then I had to let her go because I told her, she's like, well, it's my mentor. I want to honor them. You can honor the person by having their profile, their picture in your post or your news feed. But if you can't show me who you are, then what good are you? And here's the crazy thing. The picture that she sent to me was not a picture of her. Let me tell you guys something. When you're looking for love or when you're looking for date, it is easy for you to take that picture and if you're good with computers and do a search on that picture, because sometimes a picture can be tagged to somebody else's profile. It can be tagged to the internet, and it's so easy to pull pictures down off the internet and use them as your own. And when you use them as your own, I understand some of us are not computer tech savvy. I get it. Maybe you know somebody that is. But the crazy thing is that I remember this young lady sent me a picture, and I had seen the picture before because the picture had belonged on somebody's profile. And I got that picture and I searched it on the profile. Sure enough, it was actually the real person of the profile. And I said, you might want to make your account private because somebody is taking your photos and pretending that they're you. And how I found out that this person was the real person, we did a video call. And I showed her, I said, this is who. It's like, oh my God, no, that's not me. So I was just being helpful. I just told her, I said, listen, I'm not looking to date you or anything, but I think there's somebody using your profile pic because I've seen this before. And I don't know if you came to me as a suggestion as a friend or how I came across your profile picture, but I remember seeing it. So going back to the young lady, I just, I didn't put her on blast. I said, well, this is not you. I said, because the picture that you sent me, I know who that person is. And then it went dead. Her profile was like cut off immediately. So you got to kind of be careful. I know that when we're looking for love, we're anxious. We're excited. We want to feel what we once felt before. We want to not be alone in life. But at what cost? Don't let something so minor and ridiculous cost you everything that you've ever worked for. You don't want to do that. It's hard. I get it. There's a story behind every person. There's a reason why they are the way they are. Just think about it before you judge them. Just do your homework. Again, you don't have to put somebody on blast and say, well, I know this ain't you. If we keep living in the mindset of negativity in that, oh my God, that I can't get this person because this person is this, I don't judge anybody. Now, the young lady that I was talking to, Sarah, very beautiful young lady. I consider myself a very handsome young man. If others don't like it, I know somebody does. Does that bother me? No, it doesn't. I know I was made unique, individual, and handsome. So I don't need to please anybody. Somebody will like me for me. And that's who I found. And that's who I want. And when I found that, I want to hang on to it. I want to get to everything I can to be with this person. I'm going to go see them. I'm going to go visit them in their country. I'm going to start the K-1 visa process, should it come to that. Because I think if we talk every day, we video chat every day, we send each other love every day, we talk about life, we pray, we do all that. Why am I not going to get down on that? I'm not going to pass that by. The shopping for me is over. I found what I wanted, and I'm going to take what I'm not going to say take. I don't want to say buy because it's not a prostitute, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. I found what I want. I'm going to hold on to it. Okay, there. That sounds a lot better. I don't want y'all to feel like, he's talking about he's going to the grocery store and shopping for a prostitute. I ain't doing that. But I'm not going to lose that, So I'm going to move forward. I have already taken the necessary steps to do what I need to do to either go visit her, get my passport together, get my rabies shots together. No, I'm just joking. I don't have rabies. I kid. I'm telling this guy he got rabies. Sure, we need to report that. No, but this is a step I'm going to take. And like I said, for others, if this is a step you want to take in a long distance relationship, you can. I see a lot of people on YouTube or some of these profiles that are just really happy with the decision that they made. This is a first for me. I'm excited about it. I prayed about it. I asked God about it. If some of you guys are in tune with God, if you're spiritual, and if you believe in the powers that be, hey, that's what you do, because that's what I do. Others, if you don't, it's not a bad thing. You just have to figure out what keeps you positive and what keeps you motivated to look for love. Again, if you have so many profiles that you can't maintain, I would probably try to limit them to 2 dating sites. That's just my opinion. Why 2? Because the same person that's on this site most likely will be on the other site. So a freebie to me would be Facebook or social media. That would be a freebie because you can most likely kind of tell if this person is on that site. And you can kind of go from there. So I wouldn't spend a lot. This is just me, my opinion. If you guys have the money to do that, hey, knock yourself out. I wouldn't spend a lot of money on all these sites. And if you have some sites that are local in your country, like speed dating, maybe. I haven't done speed dating before. It could probably work, but I don't know. I've seen speed dating before. I'm like, oh no, that's no, hang on, let me hit this vape. This vape. Got my Escobar. Yeah, they good, Playboy. All right, so as we get ready to kind of wind things down and thing, I just want to tell you guys, don't rush anything. Just take your time. When you take your time, it will flow. That person will come to you. If you rush the situation and you are like, yes, no, because then it seems like you're just rushing. So let's not rush. Let's just take your time. And if you're as patient as I am, then hey, it'll come to you. But if you want to rush things, then don't be so surprised when the outcome is not what you expect. Because you're like, this ain't where I want to be. It happens. So I challenge everybody. And then if you find a nice group on Facebook, something that you can talk about and kind of go from there, you never know. You might meet somebody on one of these social media sites and then you guys get to talking and everything is good. Unfortunately, I didn't meet my girl on social media. I met her on Filipino Cupid, as I said before. So Facebook is kind of a touch and go thing. It's kind of a touchy subject because there's so many scammers out there that prey on people and want people to be vulnerable, which is true, is what it is. So things happen, shit happens. People don't know how to, just leave well enough alone, and they just want to keep it going. So as we get ready to close it out, as we get ready to move on to the next episode, again, when someone judges you, it isn't actually about you. It's about them and their own insecurities, limitations, and needs. Remember everything about what I said by not judging a book by its cover. Because when you judge somebody, it doesn't feel good when somebody does it to you, even though it's done to us on a daily or regular basis. But you don't have to be that person. So just keep an open mind of the person that you meet. Not everybody is from the same background as you. Everybody, we all come from different walks of life, different backgrounds. If it's something that's meant to be, it will be. If it's something that you want to pursue and want to be happy with, then it'll come to you. But it's always on the inside that matters, not what's on the outside. I know in these fickle, screwed up times, we all look at what's on the outside instead of trying to get to know what's on the inside. And I don't mean that in the worst way. I mean that in the most positive way as possible. So, my friends, I want to say thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to the show. Again, I thank you for the letters and the support that my listeners send. Again, if you want to get in contact with me, you want to share some ideas, want to hear something I want to talk about, and coming soon, maybe be a guest on my show, D6Empire357@gmail.com. My profile information should be listed on the podcast episodes. I do run a group chat called Let's Talk About It. Hasn't gotten a lot of traction. It's fine. It'll pick up some steam one day, maybe soon. But in any event, if you want to talk to me or get a hold of me, then those would be the proper channels. So, as I close this out, I want to say I wish you all the best. I hope you find what you're looking for. I hope everything that you want and need, you be mindful of it, you figure it out, and you kind of go from there. Just don't rush the process. Take your time, enjoy life. Take the time to get to know somebody. Again, listen for all the red flags. Now, I didn't say a lot of them in this one, but if you want to go back to my previous podcast, listen to all the red signs. Red flags. Did I say red signs? Yes, red flags. I'm sorry. So, and don't be so naive. That goes for men and women. Men, I want to say this to you. Don't be so quick. If you're the kind of guy that's a take charge kind of guy, don't be that way when you meet this young lady. Humble yourself. Humble yourself. Don't change that. Just humble yourself. Talk to her, because what you were doing then may not be working in the past. But in order for you to move on forward, I'd probably try to change some things. Women, don't be so on the defensive. You know, let your guard down a little bit. And I don't mean that in a sexual way. I'm talking about keep your fist down to your side. But don't be so angry, because your previous relationship is not your current relationship. So just both parties, take your time, groove with each other, get to know one another, kind of develop. And maybe the first time you guys see each other, maybe exchange some pleasantries. Video chats always work for me because I want to see who I'm talking to. You don't have to be on there for a long time, but it's totally up to you. So, again, I say thank you. My name is Derek. I am Endeavor Empire. I appreciate everything from my listeners. Appreciate y'all's support. I know I keep saying it. That's because I want to say thank you. Thank you for everything. Yeah. Thank y'all. Yeah. Because you know, without this, none of this is possible. All right, my friends. Time for me to move it on. All right, so. Ooh, excuse me. I'm over here burping on the podcast and everything. That's kind of disgusting. All right, so I say thank you again. I want to say to all you guys, God bless you. Take care of each other. And we'll see you on the next episode. My name is Derek. I am Endeavor Empire. Have a great day.